Okay, let's dive into the unboxing and I'll show you how to put it together. But here's what you get. You get this big box. It comes in a little bit larger box than the Topspin Pro. We did a review on the Topspin Pro recently and I'll link you guys to that. We're also going to do a review with both the Topspin Pro and the iCoach side by side, which will be cool. We'll do that in another video. But this one is about the iCoach. You get this box. It's actually called the Sweet Spot Trainer now. I think the owners and manufacturers, they want to call it the Sweet Spot Trainer. I'm not sure if they're going to phase out the Billie Jean King name for the iCoach, but you get a little instruction manual here, and you get the main unit, which is this stalk. It's like I don't know what they call it, a neck or a stalk, and it has the rotating ball on it. It's kind of fun to play with. And what else we got, Sophia? We have there is some hardware to this, whereas with the Topspin Pro, we noticed that this has a lot fewer moving parts and hardware. This does have some hardware where you have to put together. It's not that complicated. There's a few butterfly bolts here and a few things to use with a hex wrench for tightening and a few pins. That's all. It's not very complicated. And you get the base of the unit, which is the one thing about the iCoach. I've used this a lot in my camps. I've used the iCoach for a long time. So I have a lot of experience with this device. We have a bunch of them here at the club. It's pretty solid. It has a really good stable base. Okay, so this is the stalk and the neck. We were talking about the stable base. It has a longer triangular base as opposed to the Topspin Pro. The Topspin Pro has sort of these 3 legs. And so I think the iCoach is a little more stable in that respect. We hacked the Topspin Pro and we weighted it down. And I have some tricks for the iCoach too that I'll show you. Some hacks where I weight it down because I want to swing hard and fast on these types of machines when you're practicing at home. It has a circular disc here, has 2 metal legs for the base, two metal base pieces, and a few other metal pieces that connect for the adjusting stalk. I'll show you how to put together next. Okay, so here's how you put this thing together. You get the neck, and you have the base, which is made of solid metal, like metal tubing, versus it's definitely more solid than the Topspin Pro in terms of like the materials and like especially this stalk. Like this is very heavy duty. You have these 2 metal pieces. This is like the power crossbar, and this I've put it on wrong many times. So you have to make sure it's going this way. And this has a pin. The Topspin Pro has a pin as well. And you can set up different heights depending on how you want to do it. Yeah, but there's some washers we gotta put on there. And then this hex wrench is used to tighten the circular disc here. And that does come loose for some reason. I have had a lot of experience using this, and over time, all those pieces that I just showed you, they come loose. And so this will come loose, and you have to tighten it frequently, especially if you hit it hard the way I like to hit these things real hard, a lot of racket speed. You have to tighten here, and that is part of this. You know, there's a little more maintenance with the hardware. Sometimes I've had situations where the hardware fell off when we were using it, like in summer camp and things like that. And that hasn't been the case with the Topspin Pro. Now I've had many of these come to me where the ball didn't spin and we had to sort of like work on it and loosen it up. So you can do a little spin test. Yeah, it just seems the ball seems to, you can see the topspin a little better on this one. But I have noticed that if you hit it enough times, it starts to loosen up a little bit, that mechanism. Okay, just want to talk briefly about portability. The Topspin Pro is definitely a bit more portable. It comes with a carrying case, and it's very easy to take these legs apart and take it with you anywhere. If you are going to swing fast on it, you are going to need to, wherever you are, you're going to need to weight it down. So in the hotel room or on the road. But in terms of just portability, this is definitely the more portable option. This iCoach is heavier, probably 10 pounds heavier, just a rough estimate. And it doesn't have a carrying case, and as you saw when I was putting it together, it takes some work to take apart. There are some nuts and small pieces of hardware that have to come apart if you want to take it anywhere. But I mean, if you need to take it somewhere, it's not that big a deal to break it down. But this thing is like easy to just pack up and go. You could probably fit this in your tennis bag if you wanted to. Okay, just one instructional note. There's a very simple diagram here. It's not too complicated. If you're used to putting things together, but the words power should be facing the disc, and the ball should be facing the disc. And it says here to make sure you tighten the parts highlighted in yellow every day. So that's the wing nut, and that's the disc bolt, and the other wing nut underneath. So there's one wing nut under here holding the stock, and two wing nuts here, and then the disc bolt here. So it's recommended to tighten those every day, which is, like I said, in daily practice, I've noticed they do come loose, and I've lost some hardware like over in summer camp time. I don't think that's the case with the Topspin Pro. I think there's no hardware to adjust, which is a bonus. Okay, so just a quick comparison of here's the Topspin Pro, just normal height. This Topspin Pro rises up a little bit. They're very similar in height, so they go around up to most people's waist height. I wanted to show you guys what happens after a lot of use. So these iCoaches have gone through some great use in my camps and at my academy over the years. This is what happens when the ball gets worn out. You can see that this ball needs to be replaced. Not a big deal, you can just get a replacement ball. And there's some bolts on the side that come loose, and then you can put a new ball. I think I have one of those to show you what it looks like. So here's like what a new mechanism looks like, brand new, and you can replace the whole neck or stock, or I believe you can just replace the ball as well. But I wanted to point out that if you're doing a lot of racket speed, like we do a lot of Spanish racket speed and we accelerate, this neck can sometimes come loose from this covering. I've noticed that, and I've noticed that if I'm hitting the ball extremely hard and working at a really high intensity, sometimes this metal piece can get stretched a little bit. You can see on the new ones, this rubber covering is fully there, and then it seems that piece can get a little stretched. But again, that's with a lot of abuse, a lot of very powerful hitting. I think most people are probably not going to hit it as hard as I do, or sometimes I have my students hit it really hard working on racket speed. So here's one that's been totally worn out. Here's one that is pretty worn, that will get replaced soon. We use all these in our camp. Here's another one that got a lot of good love and usage. You can see the neck on this is perfectly intact. It's a newer neck. This one you can start to see a little separation there, and you can see more separation here. But I remember on one that I was using at home when I was swinging really fast on it, this neck became really distended, and I had to get a replacement neck. But the company's really nice. They sent me a replacement neck. And here's what a new one looks like, all fresh. This one we just opened up. So that's just a little bit of the details here with the design and what you kind of see over time with wear. I haven't put the Topspin Pro through a full summer camp yet, so we'll see if the Topspin Pro survives the summer camp, and I'll report back to you guys. But so far, the mechanism looks very durable. So on another point, I just would like to say that I think all of these types of machines are very valuable. They can be used at home, they can be used in a small space, they can be used on a rainy day or a snowy day or in bad inclement weather. You can take these units on the road. Even though Topspin Pro is a little more portable, the iCoach you could also take with you to wherever you're going. And so they're just very useful to get a lot of reps in. So for me as a technical coach, I think it's very important to get repetition, get high quality repetitions, to be focused, to be to get a good deliberate practice. And sometimes you just may not have access to a wall, you may not have availability to get court time. Court time may be expensive, and you can get a lot of really good high quality reps with this machine at home in a very small space, like in the living room. So you used it at a tournament recently, right? You used it at the Topspin Pro at a tournament. Same thing. I just think the reason that I'm doing these reviews is not just to get affiliate links, but it's because that I think they're useful. Any kind of device like this gives you a way to practice your technique at home, and I think that can be very efficiently done, be very good for your development. So that's why I like to review like products that can be very helpful for guys. I hope you enjoyed this iCoach review unboxing. If you like this iCoach video, check out the video that we did on the Topspin Pro right here.